Hey guys, welcome back for another vlog for Working Wisdom Wednesday. I cannot believe it is already Wednesday. I am like, seriously. Yeah, this has been the craziest week for me. But I have so many jewels to share because life is the best teacher, okay? Life is the best teacher. So, one thing I didn't get to announce last week, and this is what I was like, I want to share with you guys, share with you guys, but I didn't end up doing the vlog or whatever. So, I want to talk a little bit about what I'm doing, and you guys to understand where this comes from, my topic for today. Well, if you've been following me and you know me personally, then you know that I'm really big on like TV and media and production now, if you would have asked me that just I guess say 5 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm shy, I'm quiet, I'm introvert. I don't want to do anything with anything like that. But something happened over the last few years, and I realized that I needed to hashtag document the journey because what I realized is that people who look like me, whether it's like young, very young, like looking, or youthful looking, like fair skin, long hair, whatever the case, it comes off as like privilege, and there are some privileges to it. I definitely acknowledge that. Um, but what I didn't want was for someone to ever say, "Well, your success came from you being with this person," or because the way you look, or the way you're so bubbly, you're so nice. I didn't want anybody to attribute my success to anything other than God and my work ethic. Like I refused. So I decided to like document the journey. I wanted people to see um, what I was doing as far as school. I think it really started with Facebook, me posting, hey, yeah, I'm going to class today. I just got off work, just worked 8 to 4, whatever it was. And now I'm heading to class. Like, I wanted people to see. And so it was interesting because when I graduated with my bachelor's degree, people would say, like, I remember when you started school, I remember how you always talk about how you were going to pick up your children from daycare or dropping them off and heading to work, and we literally watched you go through that whole process, and even also during my master's as well. So they could see what I was doing. You know, if you've been following for all these years, you could see everything that I had been doing, going to conferences while working and going to school, working on research papers to present at conferences. Like I was doing way beyond what I had to do, way beyond the bare minimum. But I wanted people to see like this is the work that I'm putting in. I was even having photo shoots and starting businesses and stuff. So for me, it was like there's no excuse. I'm showing you that it's possible. I'm doing it. Like I'm not just talking about it. I'm doing it. So documenting the journey has been so important to me, and I didn't even have a title for it. I didn't really understand what I was doing, but I knew that something about that was important. So anyway, fast forward to 2019. After I started doing YouTube vlogs, I was like, I really like this. Uh, I'm not like super shy like I used to be. Definitely not as much as I used to be, and I'm not super anxious to talk in front of people. I think doing group therapy, which you're literally in front of at least 12 people, 10 to 12 people. They're clients, of course, but like they're still people, and you have to talk in front of them. You have to say, hey, so what do you think about this? Or you literally facilitate that group. So that really helped a lot because people are still looking at you. I mean, they're looking at you for help. So like you gotta really bring it, right? And so that helped a lot. And just being in front of the camera and like talking, I realized like I have so much to share. I have so much to talk about. You can bring up any topic, and I have something I could probably contribute or share just from experience. So I was like, you know what? I really like this, and I also really started to understand that people, not everyone is ready or can afford or whatever the situation is, traditional therapy. And I hate that. I used to think of it as an excuse. I was like, oh, well, people they're just not ready to come. Because if you really want to, the same way you go and, like, you go out to eat or whatever, and you find money to go out to eat, and you might be behind on your bills, you could use that same money to do a therapy session or 2 or 3 or whatever. And then there's sliding scale fees, people who do pro bono sessions. So if you really want it, you can do it. But then I realized, like, some people just genuinely just aren't ready, or there's some legitimate reason. So I was like, you know what? What if I started to do YouTube videos and like talk about therapy stuff or share things about mental health or share things about life in general, what it's really like to live, to raise, or excuse me, to be a single mom and to be success, like ambitious and want success, but yet you have you're a single mom, and yet you don't have a lot of support, whatever. Like, I was like, I can speak to that. I can speak from that perspective because that's me. And I'm like, wow, I could do this. I could really do this YouTube thing, and not in the way that other people do it. Because a lot of other counselors, they kind of like have a legit structured format. I was talking to my mentor, my new mentor, which I'll talk to you guys about shortly, which is why I'm doing this video. But she asked us, like, if someone asks about your brand, what would they say? If they look at your social media, what would they say? For me, my thing is, the first word that comes to mind is conversational. What does that mean? To me, it means I want to be the person that you look at and you're like, I can have a conversation with this person. I can talk to this person. She's warm. She's open. She's very transparent. She's down to earth. But maybe maybe I'm not dressed like that on that day. Maybe I'm literally glammed up, whatever, but you still see me as approachable and relatable. That's my brand. It's a super successful, ambitious young woman that's down to earth and relatable, and her presentations are very conversational, meaning you can jump in and talk and add what you have to say, and you're validated. You're affirmed as a person. What you bring to the table matters. And I just didn't want to be known as that stoic, snooty person. That's just not who I can't, even if I wanted to be. I can't. Like, I'm super silly. I will laugh at everything. I laugh at myself. Y'all, so if you know me, you know these things, but some people don't. And so that's why my vlogs are very, very conversational. I don't do, okay, so, the criteria for bipolar disorder is XYZ. I'm going to talk to you about it, and I'm going to explain it to you, but I'm also going to give you probably examples of how how I first was approached or saw bipolar. Like, my first experience with bipolar was with this little girl when I was working with youth and adolescents. And literally, at one point, I was kind of running from her because I thought she was going to pick me up. She was way bigger than me, and I'm like, I didn't see, bipolar, you had the manic side, and she wasn't on her med. So when she was on her med, she loved me. But when she wasn't, I could just look at her, and she like, shut up, Miss Shamanda. And I'd be like, listen, my girl. Of course I got my staff back here with me, my males, my big dogs. So I was good. But at the same time, like, okay, Shamanda, what she gonna do? When she pop off, what she gonna do? You've been taught to restrain, but I didn't like that. I didn't even really adhere to that principle. So I was like, oh God. Then I was like, yeah, you gotta go. You can't do this. This is not for you. So that was my first experience with bipolar disorder. And I didn't even to me, I don't think that children can really have that diagnosis, but that's just me. That's for whole nother topic. But anyway, so yeah, like that's how I like my vlogs to be. And but I realized like you have to set that tone. You have to build your brand and let people see, okay, this is how she is, and she fits what I'm looking for versus over here. But let's say you're looking for something more clinical or a more structured definition or whatever explanation or something. You might want to go somewhere else one day, whatever. And it doesn't matter. It's okay. But anyway, I say all that to say, as I was working with my mentor, we were talking about that, building your brand, but also that in this season, I am like really figuring out and finding what I want to do next. And I think it's so important. One thing she said was to put yourself first. It's like part of our mindset training. Put yourself first. I hear that all the time. Like, I hear that all the time. And I know that myself as a therapist. I know all these things. But it's something about that, especially within this week, that was so powerful to me. Because it was like a reminder from God. Like, Shamanda, you have been doing all of this stuff. You've been moving around. You've been working on this, working on that. And you've mastered these things. You do it. If you say you're going to do something, I said I was going to publish a book, I did it. And I said I was going to be on TV this year, I did that. Like, there's so many things. I'm speaking at my first community college this year. Like, my alma mater, I think is how you call it, what you say. I never said that word, but where I graduated from. I'm getting a write up from on their magazine on their website about me, like as far as like success story from their university. I didn't. I wanted something to do with that, but I didn't claim that. But like here that is. So it's like all these things you're working for after you put that 10 years in, because everybody likes to think that things just happen overnight. No, this is like literally 10 years for me. Um, but here it is. It's coming. But I realized my next step is TV media production, using everything that I have learned as a therapist, as a humanitarian, as a single mom, as a person who grew up in poverty, um, and within like dysfunctional family system, around a lot of mental health and addicts. I can use all of that information, that knowledge, that experience, and create content, create movies and webinars and documentaries through my production company that is really focused on the one simple principle of educating people on mental health and addiction, and with the purpose of destigmatizing it so that people don't view it as taboo anymore. They don't view it as something that's weird and crazy. It's so understood that people are so open to talk about it. They no longer feel fearful to say, "Hey, I struggle with depression, I have anxiety, or I have bipolar disorder, or I hear voices, I'm schizophrenic." They're no, like, you can literally openly say these things to people, because I look at some of these situations that have taken place, people are like killing people and stuff, and I'm like, what if people felt open to say, I'm having these thoughts and they scaring me, and I don't want to act on these things, but I don't want to get in trouble either, and I don't want to be put in a hospital or whatever. And if I am put in a hospital, will you help me and not judge me? Like, whatever, like, just open the conversation, have the conversation with someone, especially people that you love, without feeling fearful that they're going to judge you or they're going to do something to you. Like, of course, you're probably going to get checked into the hospital. You need to. But knowing that people won't view you as weird and crazy, if that makes sense. Because just talking about it is like, but they are, because people still feel that way, and it's like, no, we're gonna take that word crazy and all that stuff and take it out. I use crazy sometimes, but in like a funny kind of way, like, you're crazy as in you're funny, like, not crazy as in like mental illness, mental health, because on to be honest and real, and I don't think everybody agrees with this, but we're all on the spectrum. Like, literally, some people are just more extreme than others, but they're still there. Let's think about depression. There's some days when you probably could fit the criteria for depression disorder, but it's so dormant and so low minimum that you don't recognize it until something happens and you're triggered, and then you're here and you're like, you need medication and you might need a hospital stay. So it just depends. I don't think anyone has the room to judge. I really don't, but that's for another day. But anyway, my whole point of this vlog was, like I said, to share with you guys what I'm doing next, and for Working Wisdom Wednesday, just to give you the example of how I was able and have been able and currently are able to use the past 10 years of my life, professionally and personally, to create this next level for me. And I really see myself completely retiring from traditional therapy and counseling, and literally going into the TV media production world. And for me, I will continue on that work, but just in a different avenue, a different way, in a different industry, because I don't want to be behind four walls. I can't do that. It doesn't work for me. Like, I would rather sit and talk to you guys about counseling and mental health and all that stuff on a vlog, like, than to do that traditional stuff. It just doesn't work for me anymore. So I'm literally enjoying what I'm doing now, because I know this is it. This is like literally it for me. Like, I'm done after this. So, but put yourself first, because when you think about putting yourself first, when you sit and think about that, I'm going to put myself first, you start to really brainstorm and analyze and question, what am I doing in my life right now that is serving others to the point where it's depleting me? When you get quiet and still and really answer that question, it brings a lot to to the forefront and you really start to have a better understanding. But when you ask yourself, how can I put myself first? Like, you really flipping that. How can I put myself first in the way that I'm able to provide a service that helps other people, but also serves me? It serves my purpose. It serves the whole point of God having me here. What can I do? That is putting yourself first. Can you imagine going to a job every day that you absolutely love, or having a business that provides a service that people need, and they're coming up to you and they're hugging you like, oh my God, I'm so glad you have this, and I needed this. And so it not only is helping other people, but it's helping you. You're building wealth for you and your family. You're giving back. Like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Oprah said that, I think she said success is where service plus significance, I believe, something like that. That stuck with me yesterday. I was like, wow, that's powerful. When you provide a service and it's significant, meaning it's needed, there's a demand for it, that's where you hit success. Wow. So I'm just excited, y'all, for real, because I've been getting all these emails about TV and media and like casting, and like I'll working on my movie scripts, and I've already published my book, so you guys can definitely go ahead and read that so you can have an understanding. And let me tell you, there were so many pieces and things in my life that have happened that I left out of that book. So those will be those will be things that will be in the movie. I'll put it that way. There's some things that happened that I did not put in that book, but they'll be in the movie. So be ready to be entertained. That's all I can say. Because, I mean, my life is just, whew. You're going to be like, what? Really? Like, okay. So if you thought the book was good, just imagine the movie. That's all I can say. Because there are things that I can show via, like, visual versus writing it. So I can't wait to show you that. But anyway, put yourself first. Put yourself first. Start brainstorming. What can I do that not only provides service for others, but makes me happy? It's going to fill my cup up and have me overflowing, and let my cup run over. And that way I have even more to give. Not just financially, but just in service. Like, seriously. We got to, y'all. Listen, I told you, you watched my vlogs last week. My uncle passed away. It's the third death in 3 years. Oh no, that, like, I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to show me, boo. But I'm about to live my life to the fullest, because I'm not about to be next. God, and if I am, I want to leave this earth like having completed what I needed to complete, and having left something of value to the world, having fulfilled my purpose. That, seriously, stop putting people before you. The only people, like, you and God. That's it. If you do that, if you focus on that, then your cup will be full, and then you can do and help everybody else once that's done. But when you are operating from that empty cup, baby, I'm telling you, you're going to be looking at everybody like, y'all getting on my nerves. You resent everybody. You're ashamed. You're angry. You're frustrated. You're depressed. You're tired. You're drained. When you focus on putting yourself first, you focus on your relationship with God or whoever your higher power is, and you really focus on providing service to the world, and however that looks for you. It could be working a job that provides a great service, so you're a part of that. So whatever that is, when you focus on that and your cup is full, you are so much better. I promise you. That's something I have to remind myself all the time. I'm such a better counselor and therapist when my cup is full, because I exude this energy. But when my cup is depleted, I'm tired, I'm drained, I don't want to hear your problem. I really don't. I mean, I'm worried. It's my job. But, like, I'm telling you, I'm just being honest with you. I'm just saying. Listen, y'all, let me go. I got to go to this training, day 2 training. I'm in Greensboro right now. This job put me in a hotel, so I enjoy that. I have a call with my producer mentor tonight to discuss the goals for my movie. Y'all don't even understand how real this is for me right now. Like, I'm in awe of God. I've been praying every day, like, God, are you serious? Are you serious? And I'm just at like the beginning stage, development stage, but like just the fact that this is really happening is just unreal to me. Unreal to me, y'all. When you see me on these red carpets, and not just like, I'm not gonna be no arm candy. That's the thing that just, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not no arm candy. I will be executive producer of film, TV, and movies. Like, can you literally, like, I love to see girl bosses, like girls in executive positions and of your own business too. Where a rag at? Let me drop the mic. Something. Okay, y'all, I gotta go because I don't even know what time it is, and I gotta go get some coffee first. Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. If you haven't already, please purchase my book. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and BooksAMillion.com. Wounded Healer is the book name and title. I appreciate you guys for that support. It will definitely help me as I launch this production business and get ready to turn this book into a movie. Leave me a review on Amazon if you haven't already, or leave me a review on my book page on Facebook. It's Wounded Healer as well. Wounded Healer Memoir, I believe. Alright, guys, I love you. Thank you for watching, helping me reach this goal to monetize my channel, and commenting. I love all your comments. You guys, some of you guys comment. Listen, y'all don't understand. Like, these last couple weeks, your comments have really helped me get through, because I'm just like, I gotta keep pushing. And especially with this whole house thing, Crystal, I think I gotta shout you out, because your comment really had to make me step back and think, like, you know what, I don't know, maybe I do need to give this a second thought. That's that thing, when you don't put yourself first, you're willing to put everybody else before you, even to your detriment, even to the point where you're going to literally sabotage everything you had already been building. And I'm like, Shamanda, what you doing? What you thinking? You want a house. You want a home for you and your children. You can't take on that. That's going to be dead. Like, you can't do that. Chill, sis. Chill. You're not Superwoman. You're just Shamanda. That's Superwoman, but that's in your own way. Alright, guys. I will see you next time.